Piranesi comes with a number of libraries of styles, called style libraries. A style is a collection of settings that you can specify on the toolbars and palettes here, and then save to come back to later. Styles can be accessed using the Style selector. In this movie, we'll look at how to select styles that have already been defined and apply the effects. Then we'll use the Style Manager to create our own libraries and styles. I have a number of libraries here which are supplied with Piranesi. I choose the library I want by selecting from this drop-down list. And each library has at least one category. Categories are listed here. Let's open the library called Movie Tutorial Plaza. You can see the styles stored in this category here, and I'd like to see the styles saved as a list. So let's just select Details View. Now let's look at these two buttons. The padlock, when selected, locks the selected categories to all tools. Now this means that my cutout style file and category for the brush tool is Movie Tutorial Plaza and the category 01 Painting. If I select the Fill tool and then go back to the Style selector, notice the library and categories stay the same. Now let's select the brush tool again. Now if I uncheck the padlock and once again select the Fill tool, you can see I have a different style library and category. This was the last library I used in the Style selector with the Fill tool, and we'll go back to the brush tool. And for this tutorial, I'll keep this padlock selected. The Filter button here filters out all styles not used by the selected tool. In the category 01 Painting, I have 3 styles which uses the brush tool, and the other one here uses the Fill tool. My current tool is set to brush, so if I check the Filter button, notice the Fill tool is removed from the Style Preview pane, and uncheck it and the Fill tool reappears. So for this tutorial, I will keep the Filter button unchecked, so I can see all the styles in the categories. And these two buttons are only available with the Style selector. Now let's click onto the first style, 01 Blue Brush. And you can see that the toolbars have been updated with the style settings for this particular style. The brush tool is set, and you can see that the brush is circular and has a particular size, and in this case 100 pixels. The colour is blue, and the material lock is on. So when I start to paint from this position here, blue paint is applied to all surfaces of the particular material I click on, and in this case, the brickwork. And I can always change the settings. For example, the colour. Let's make it green, and turn off the material lock. But if I want to return to the settings I had for 01 Blue Brush, I can simply go back to the Style selector and select the style again, and this saves me a lot of time. It's very easy to create your own styles. So first of all, let's create our own library using the Style Manager. We can display the Style Manager using this icon, or from the Toolbar's drop-down list. And I'll select Library on the Style Manager menu and choose New Style Library and type in a new name. Let's say My Library. And click Open. And we can see Piranesi has created a new library file and default category. I can now choose some settings. Let's say I want to create a red rectangular brush with the material lock on and would have an opacity of 50%. And I want to save these settings using the new style icon here on the Style Manager. And it's also available on the Style selector. And let's give it a name, Red Rectangular Brush. And there it is created. Now I can always come back to this style when I need to. We can also copy styles from one library to another, from one category to another, or indeed in the same category. Let's open O2 Textures category from the Plaza library. I choose the styles I want to copy while holding down the Control key to choose several. Style 01 Sky, 05 Yellow Blocks, and finally with the Control key still pressed down, I can select 06 Red Brickwork. From the Edit menu, I now select Copy. The styles are copied to the clipboard. And now to paste the styles into my new library, using Paste. As you can see, I now have 4 styles in my new category. Before I paint with these styles, let's undo my previous painting efforts and tidy up the styles here. And we'll rename the style 07 Red Rectangular Brush. And I can do this by clicking View Properties. I also want to change the name of the default category. Let's call it Assorted Styles. Now, to select and apply a style in the Style Manager, I click onto the style, then onto the Apply icon. Or I can simply double-click the style I want. Notice how the settings in my toolbars have changed, and see how the sky texture is displayed here. And over here the material lock is active, and the fill tool is selected. Now if I click here, sky is painted in the background. I'm going to do the same with the other 2 styles. I'm going to double-click Yellow Blocks and paint here. And finally, select and apply the style Red Brickwork and click here. That concludes this short introduction to the Style Selector and the Style Manager. If you would like to learn more about style libraries, please refer to the Piranesi help.